Namaste and good morning. What a beautiful morning again. The rain fell and cleaned up our mandir. Welcome to mandir. And here is our deity of choice. Sun, fire, the element of fire, reflecting on water. And water, there is our earth. And if we look, there is earth atmosphere, air is cool breeze coming. And we look further, we can find space. So we have all the murtis here, and let us all pray. Om Bhara Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Naha Prachodayat. Om Bhara Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Naha Prachodayat. Oh, what a beautiful prayer. And I hope you're feeling as exhilarating as I am, because after the yoga and coming here, this is how we should greet the day, with enthusiasm before it gets really busy and cumbersome. Last night I was speaking to my friend CJ. She's a sister and nun, Ohio. And we met at the United Nations. And all the videos that I'm doing, she is seeing them and she's reading them, Christian. And I could understand that Christianity because of us. We grew up in Guyana, we recited the Lord's Prayer, we studied the Bible. It doesn't make us Christian, but when you become spiritual, you go beyond all religions. And CJ, one time, we worked together on the Faith Harmony Week at the United Nations, and she brought together so many people, and I was asked to do the prayer, and guess what it was? Gayatri Mantra. And my friend Audrey, she is of a Japanese descent, she's in Hawaii. Her favorite prayer is the Gayatri Mantra. So this Gayatri Mantra, when it's said to any religious group that is familiar with religion, they will understand the greatness of it. So this is our contribution to the world, this one prayer. Speaking about United Nations, CJ and I, we worked at another groups. I was head of the Committee of Religious NGOs, where we brought together religious leaders of all faiths, Islam, Shinto, Christianity, Baha'is, and so many other religions, American Indians, their belief in their own system. We're all together working together for the harmony at United Nations. And it was so successful that this is what is needed in this time, that this separation of people based on religious beliefs, and it's causing the problem. Based on color, it's causing the problem. So United Nations does its part, and I've continued that work, and my good friend Diane, she started a committee of Spiritual Values and Global Concerns, CSVGC, which I was the vice president for 2 years. And there we're trying to bring spirituality and meditation at the United Nations. Spiritual Caucus, another committee I was part of. And this was in the midst of the political arena. As SEVASHRAM is a non-political organization, but within that political organization, religion and spirituality flourish and continues to flourish. And I can remember I was speaking at the Security Council meeting, and that was brought together by the country of Kazakhstan. This was part of the Soviet Union. But then when the Soviet Union broke up, then it became an independent state. And they brought together this meeting of religious leaders to talk about the Security Council members, the 19 countries. And my prayer was that I did one sloka from Gita, Yagyartat karmano anyatra lokoyam karma bandhana, taratam karma kauntiya mukta sangha samachara. And I quoted this sloka in there and let them know it's coming from our sacred books. And what it says that, Arjuna, what you're going to do so many things. You're driven to do things. But remember, try to do things for my sake. Collaborate with me for the sustenance of my creation, and let it move forward towards coming back to me, consciousness, my original state. And I said that, I give a practical analogy of that sloka. I said there are three kinds of people in this world. The people who are in the mind and body level. And this is the level of competition, because this is the animalistic level, where competition is the driving force. And so there's the need for supremacy, the need to control. And this is what is causing the problem in the world when we operate at that lower level. But SEVASHRAM and many institutions in the United Nations too, we seek to go to the second level, the level of social level, where we leave no one behind. Like we take care of the sick, the poor, the downtrodden, like SEVASHRAM in times of COVID now and this super cyclone in India, all over. SEVASHRAM is there under the leadership of Swami Parameshananda. So this is the level of intellectuality, and how beautiful it is that this is so nicely received at United Nations. And they understood it. And that same Kazakhstan, they asked me to go to their country, Kazakhstan, and I went, and I was introduced to the president then, Nur Sultan Nazarbayev. And he has been ruling that country for many years. He's fully contented, and he gave up the leadership. And when you listen to him speaking as a Muslim person, you could see the commonality when contentment is there, when we want to be inclusive, because the conference included religious leaders from all faiths. And he spoke so continuously of the need for this spiritual awakening and the solution for the problems. So my point is that all faiths, they lead to the same thing. When CJ will talk, me and him will talk, me and her will talk, you could see that she was so eager. And so we agree that spirituality it is. And this is the bonding. She's a sister, of course, she's practicing celibacy. And you could see the joy, always happy and bright face. I was there with them in Ohio giving a talk. So anyway, and the United Nations, Harifa, she's the one that give us BHARAT SEVASHRAM ECOSOC status of the United Nations. She processed the application. And whenever I call, she will always say, Swamiji, you pray for me. Because she recognized the need for prayer and recognized religious spiritual leaders of any faith and that commonality of prayer. So this morning, let us, and also with other groups, I went to Japan, and we were talking about the need for preserving Mother Earth. That was the conference, and thousands of people were there, and the King of Jordan was the one that's supporting it financially. And the same group, we went to Nairobi, Kenya. We bring religious leaders of Africa together. Why? Because we want to show the commonality, the need for this cooperation, the need for a collaboration in spiritual life. And devotees, this is what is necessary in these times. That the solution for our problems now, as we're going through these difficult times, is you can't solve the problems of this world. Today's this rioting and protesting of inequality with the killing of George Floyd. Tomorrow, when it's all over with, would be another thing. There will be countries fighting for each other for economic supremacy, and it will all go over. So the solution is, don't try to solve the problem of this world, just get out of it. Go to the higher, from the social level. Krishna Bhagavan is telling Arjuna, go to the level of enlightened leadership. Swami Parameshananda is saying the same thing. What is the goal of life? Self-realization, universal emancipation. Let us all move forward together. Let us individually, let us set this foundation, and then together, let's bring all together so that we can go to this path of God realization. Surya Narayan is so bright today, glimmering in the water like a diya. And here we are in our mandir, where nature is the five elements, are our murtis. Best mandir. Hari Om, Shanti, Shanti, Hari Om.